I'm Mike Sullivan.
And I'm Lauren Rosella Sullivan. So what are we doing today?
All right, so we're going to work today on something called Kinematic Sequence, which really is just a fancy way for saying what is the order in which you move your body. And we're going to talk about really kinematic sequence on the downswing.
Okay, so in the Sullivan golf formula, we have the club, course, and clarity phases to help you play your best golf. This would be the full swing component of the club phase.
Correct. Okay, so last week we were talking about the pivot. Pivot is huge because if you have a good pivot right here, you're in position to be able to make a really good golf swing. The next question people often ask, which is a great one, is, well, how do I start my downswing then? Like, what do I do? And that's actually a really good question because if I borrow your club, most people that play golf, and I saw David Ledbetter do a cute little video on this once. He said if you gave a caveman a golf club and told him to hit the golf ball with the club, they'd hit it like this. Bam! Is what they would do. Right? So they would swing all this way. And look what my club is doing. That's an out to in swing path. And what's happening is I'm starting my downswing with my shoulders. We basically want to swing the club the way that you would throw a ball sidearm. That's basically what we want to do. All right? So if I were to throw a ball sidearm, I'm right here, and we've got this pressure mat going, right? Okay? So as you look at this, I'm going to put all my pressure on my front foot. See where that's going? And now I'm going to put it in my back foot, right? So you can see that's the way that white ball is my center of pressure. If I was going to toss a ball, we'd see that. That pressure moves back foot, front foot. I'm moving pressure into my front foot before my hand is even really set in the back, right? If you throw a ball, you would do that. But when people hit golf shots, unfortunately, they like to start a lot of them this way. And they give that fake finish at the end. All right? So what we're talking about is what is the order that we are doing this in? What is the sequence? So we call it kinematic sequence. So how do we train somebody to hit a golf ball the way that they would toss it, like skip a stone across the pond? How do we do that?
Well, we'd have them first try to skip a stone, right?
Good. All right, why don't you do that for me? Let's see you do that. It's pretty good. All right, let's watch your pressure. Do it again. Great. That's a good looking trace. That's really good. All right. So now, what I'd like to see you do is take this club, put it in your right hand. And I want you to swing it as if you were going to be throwing it out there into the driving range. But don't let go. Great. Let me see if I can watch your pressure while you do that. Good. Now on this one, go ahead and load up. Get your pressure in your back foot a little bit earlier for me. Good, and that was great. You did it without reverse pivoting. Nice job. Nice job. Okay, one more. Good. All right, now a couple little tips.
Okay.
When you have two hands on the club, you're not going to be able to swing the club this way. Right?
Right.
So try to keep your trail elbow close to your side. And I even have people just hold on to their bicep here, right? Boom. All right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to try to hit little shots just like that.
Okay.
Now that ball only probably went like 30 yards, right? Nothing big.
So right now, I'm not really thinking about a sequence.
Good.
I'm thinking about trying to mimic that feeling that I had when I was throwing the ball.
Great. And by the way, when I do this and I demonstrate it to people, when I think about trying to hit a golf shot, that's when I duff it. When I think about throwing the club out there, I tend to hit some pretty good shots. Good job. Good swing. Great. I want to show you a training aid that helps with this as well.
Okay.
Okay, so you may have seen this online advertised. This is a heavy Whippy club. All right? And what's cool about it is when you swing it, go ahead and just swing it a few times, and you can put 2 hands on it.
Oh, okay.
When you swing it, what happens is the heavy end, because it's a Whippy club and it's heavy, the heavy end is still traveling towards the target over here, and you're starting your downswing with your weight moving into your left foot. So it helps exaggerate a really good kinematic sequence, right? And we've even got some 3D tracking type of teaching aids that we put sensors on people, and we can see when they swing that club, somebody who has had a really bad kinematic sequence, they almost instantly correct it when they swing one of these heavy Whippy clubs. So it's really great for kinematic sequence. All right. So now swing it 2 or 3 more times. Then we're going to hit a few golf shots. Good. Good. Now you're going to feel, if you do it wrong, you're going to start to feel. Go ahead and take it back. It's kind of hard because it's such a motion thing. You're going to start to feel in the downswing, if you do it wrong, that this thing starts to get ahead of you a little bit. So you want to always keep that lagging behind.
Okay.
So you're trying to really do a good job of creating that centripetal force. There you go. Great. Great. Really good. Let's hit a couple balls.
This thing feels so light after that.
I know. At first it might be tough. Nice. Wow. One more. I want to watch from back here. Good. Good swing. Nice job.
Thanks.
Okay, so that was our swing trainer, just fell down. When it comes to the kinematic sequence, the reason we want to have a good kinematic sequence is it helps us swing the club at the target, as opposed to usually left of the target.
So can I ask one question?
Yeah, sure.
If you had to actually list the kinematic sequence, what would it say in order?
Your backswing is going to basically start with your shoulders and your arms, right? And they're going to start first. And then everything from the top to the ground will then move. And then once you get to the top, just before you're done getting that club to the top, everything starts from the bottom of your front side up to the top. So the sequence is top to bottom back, bottom to top through.
Okay.
If you want to get real picky, right, your lower body, your hips are going to decelerate before your shoulders decelerate. But that's a lot to think about.
Right.
So basically, you never thought about that trying to skip a stone. You never thought about that trying to swing the Whippy club. So let's not get too into that.
Okay.
Right? Let's just hit the ball the way that you would skip a stone, and hopefully these drills will help.
Okay.
I hope that helps.
See you next time.